Welcome to the Reluctant Leader podcast with Paul Jenkins. That's me. And I want to start today by saying something that we all feel, but rarely will say out loud. Isn't it surprising how we live in the most connected era in human history? Think about that. Like, we've got text, emails, meetings, metrics, and yet somehow leadership has never felt more distant. Because it's possible to be around people all the time and still not really be with them. Here's the hard truth. When leaders start leading from a distance, our decisions slowly lose their soul. Have you found this to be true for yourself? And that's where this ancient, easily missed moment in Scripture hit way closer to home than I expected when I read it earlier this morning. Maybe it will hit home for you as well. So in Exodus chapter 28, verse 30, God is giving instructions for the high priest's garment. One detail stood out to me. The breastplate, that was the place where decisions were discerned. That was hard to say, where decisions were discerned, was to be worn over the heart, not on the shoulder, not in the hand, but over the heart. God literally designed decision-making to happen close to the place of compassion, love, and devotion. Y'all, this was not accidental. This was formative. And here's the leadership truth behind that fact. Good decisions always flow from a well-connected heart. Let that settle. The priest didn't just represent God to the people. He also represented the people before God. And here's what that means, y'all. Leadership always moves in two directions. It has a heart for the people that you're leading, but it also has a heart for the God that you're leading those people to. And when either one of those slips, leadership can break down. Man, I don't know if you found this to be true, but we can get harsh with people when we stop holding them close to our hearts. And we can drift spiritually when God is no longer near our inner world. Distance always shows up first in our decisions. I guess this is why being together with people isn't so much a soft skill, it's a leadership necessity. You cannot lead well from behind a wall. You can't shepherd people from a spreadsheet. You cannot discern God's will for people that you refuse to be vulnerable with. Closing the gap emotionally, relationally, spiritually, that's how the heart stays engaged, y'all. Vulnerability keeps the breastplate right where it belongs. When we're together with people, their stories, they stay close to us. Their pain stays human. Their growth stays personal. And that shapes us into wiser, kinder, more God-honoring decision makers. So if you're feeling cynical, and isn't it easy to feel cynical in today's world? If you're feeling cynical, sharp, or detached in your leadership, could I just encourage you that this might be the Spirit's invitation, not for you to work harder, but to move closer. Closer to God, closer to people, closer to the heart. Because leadership loses its power the moment the heart is no longer involved. Hey, maybe this month's leadership practice is simple, but it's costly. Wear the breastplate again. Let decisions that you make be shaped by love. Lead with people. Don't just lord over them. And that's where God still does his best work, right over the heart. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Reluctant Leader podcast. And listen, if this has helped you, why don't you share it with somebody that you're leading? Or share it with another leader that you know. And as always, would you keep giving God your best and let him do the rest?